This project is unlike any other project I've done before. What prompted this project was that a local art gallery put out a call to artists, but their prompt was monochromatic red. Everything had to be red. And I took this as an opportunity and a challenge to step outside of what I normally do. No ocean, just red. Now, I didn't really go in with a plan. I just wanted to see what I could create just with this prompt. I also challenged myself to only use materials that I already had on hand. And that meant using some materials in an unconventional way. Like this wood filler that I got from Workbench Con. I used it here to create some texture on this flat panel. Because in my mind, if my piece was going to be all red, I needed some textures to really help bring that piece alive. The other weird thing I'm using here is this high heat spray paint. I do not need a high heat spray paint, but I have yet to purchase a regular spray paint in black. I know I mentioned red a lot throughout this video and there has been no red yet, but I promise in the next video, it's all red. I promised you red and here it is. I'm using the deepest red I have, which is the Eye Candy Pigments Senshi Red. The goal for this layer is to get a good red base. And I don't typically use my hands to spread out the resin, but with the texture I added, I just wanted to make sure that nothing broke if I were running a stick over it. So I took my time and gently spread out that resin. And I did use my Wagner to heat up the resin a little bit, make it a little bit easier to spread. Now there's really not much to this layer. I needed to get that red down and all of that black covered. And from there, I'm going to let the resin do its thing. Here at the end, I tried to make some intentional movement in the resin, but some of that disappears as it cures. Next video, I'll be doing some finishing touches, and then you'll be able to get to see the finished product. Today's video is all about the details, and this time I am using a red paste from Eye Candy Pigments. I used the same pigment for both of these colors, but I used just a little bit for the first one and a lot for the second. With the base layer down, I added some of that darker red as a highlight to the whole piece. I didn't want to come back in and just flood the whole piece with a darker red, but to add some dimension to the textured pieces. I wasn't trying to achieve a specific look for this, but I was trying to go with the flow and just see where it took me. Here you can see a little bit closer what I was doing. I was adding that more pigmented red in small sections and then going back with my heat gun and just blending it in. And although I was not trying to create any cells, I did get some with this, and it looks pretty cool. In the end, this piece is moody and dimensional and 3D and just something I've never done before. And it was a fun challenge for me to take a prompt like monochromatic red and make something completely different.